All right, or welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Here to talk about everything in the world of professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring. We talk about backstage curtain calls, drama, and rumors. We talk about inactive superstar and injury statuses. We talk about contract negotiations, extensions, and new signings. We talk about promotions from WWE to AEW to the GCW to the NWA. If it makes major news headlines in terms of the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show Monday through Friday. So make sure you guys tune into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast. All right, so going to reflect on what we talked about right quick, and make sure you catch some of these segments on our two YouTube pages. We talked about some AEW Dynamite review. We talked about my Thursday Night Wrestling preview. We talked about Ring of Honor and TNA. We also talked about Bill Goldberg. But of course, before that, we talked about our TNA Bound for Glory predictions. And with our fifth and final segment, before I say goodbye to you guys on this beautiful Thursday night in Southern California, we're going to talk about some WrestleMania 41 main event. So let's go ahead and dig on into that. Obviously, rapidly running out of time. I got my boy Emran's GSMC Soccer Podcast starting in 25 minutes. So yeah, let's go ahead and dig on into some of the fun here. All right, so we're going to talk about some WrestleMania. Obviously, the main event of WrestleMania 41 has been rumored between Roman Reigns taking on The Rock, taking on the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and the defending undisputed champion, The Rock. Basically, when he came out on WWE Bad Blood, counted to three. A lot of people, obviously, a lot of nonverbal cues in terms of wrestling promotions have been sort of, sort of an unwritten rule to be like, all right, this means that means this. Maybe some speculations running. Sometimes nothing means something, and sometimes, something means nothing. So, a lot of those nonverbal cues that a lot of wrestling fans kind of hang on. You saw The Rock come out staring dead in the face of Jimmy, The Rock, also Cody, putting up his, counting to three with his fingers, and he made a sign of like a dead kind of notice. So this could mean for a triple threat match. It could mean for a triple threat match. This could ultimately mean for that The Rock has acknowledged that he's going to have to, take out Solo Sikoa. He's going to have to take out Roman Reigns, ultimately to reclaim or to ultimately stake his claim as the tribal chief in terms of the family. So, I personally think, Solo Sikoa was, he was seen at WWE Bad Blood, from an audience member recording on Twitter, Instagram, or on live feed, basically saying that this is all part of the plan. This could be part of the plan, but this can also be The Rock manipulating Solo Sikoa. Maybe he comes in with his own bloodline storyline. Like I said, there's Lance Anoa'i, there's Journey Fatu, there's Hika Leo. There's a lot of possible superstars that could build this new bloodline storyline that could possibly favor the most electrifying man, the final boss of the world of professional wrestling, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So, this main event could definitely be seen through here. In WWE, I kind of feel for it. I ultimately feel like a triple threat match in the main event. If it's the match before the main event, I get it. But in the main event, usually it's a one-on-one. It has to be a one-on-one. You haven't really seen the WWE Championship slash WWF Championship seen in a one-on something different than a one-on-one match. Since WrestleMania 2000, where you saw Mick Foley, where you saw The Big Show, where you saw The Rock and you saw Triple H fighting for that coveted WWF Championship. Of course, you saw it with the World Heavyweight Championship. You've seen it twice. You've seen Randy Orton taking on Batista, taking on Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. You saw Brock Lesnar taking on Brock Lesnar taking on Roman Reigns, taking on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31. And then you also saw with the Universal Championship, you saw Roman Reigns taking on Edge, taking on Daniel Bryan, also WrestleMania 37, but you have not seen it with with a lot of these with the WWE championships, which I feel like under this Triple H 12 era, I feel like they're kind of steering away from it. So I don't know. It's just it's just a possibility. It's just a possibility. Obviously, this kind of got me thinking about some of the WrestleMania 41 rumors. I stumbled across Bleacher Report's early WrestleMania 41 card that was, an article that was written in April. So let's kind of go through it here. All right, first we have Sami Zayn taking on Drew McIntyre. That could happen. I definitely think that could happen 1,010%. Damian Priest taking on Finn Balor. I don't know if they're gonna let this Judgment Day fallout last longer until WrestleMania. For that's a long time. That's quite a long time. But for these guys to kind of squash their beef, maybe that's the appropriate time. But I don't know. I feel like something has to be done definitely before that. We have an Intercontinental Championship match. We have Braun Breaker taking on Sheamus. That match, I'm not really too high on. I don't think that's really going to happen. You have a Road Women's Championship match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Once again, are we going to have these girls cut promo after promo after promo on Monday Night Raw, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for like 3 or 4 plus months. I definitely don't think that's practical. I definitely don't think that's pragmatic. And, most importantly, it seems a little stale. It seems a little stale to kind of have these girls going back and forth at it, cutting promos. And, definitely wouldn't want to jump on that bandwagon. We would have a WWE Tag Team title match between the Usos. They said Jacob Fatu and, Tonga, but of course that's wrong. The Usos taking on the Tungans. I wouldn't be super against that, but Jey Uso was this close of getting his single superstar, career going. You had him winning the WWE Intercontinental Championship match on Monday Night Raw, just to kind of have it taken away because of the bloodline, forcing him into this family drama that he didn't necessarily want anything to do or be a part of for that kind of, so to speak. So, the Intercontinental Championship match, I really can't, give you guys an early run on it. The World's Heavyweight Championship, on the contrary, I feel like is already set in stone. It's been set in stone for quite some time. CM Punk taking on Seth Rollins, but Bleacher Report added in Gunther. So we're gonna have a triple threat match. I'm not too sure how that would really reflect, especially if you're kind of anticipating, a triple threat main event. The Rock takes on Roman Reigns, takes on the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, defending that coveted WWE Undisputed Championship. So, I'm not really a stern believer on that would happen because, you've had Seth and CM Punk hate each other. Not even during kayfabe or on the screen, backstage as well. Of course, according to reports, Seth Rollins does not respect CM Punk, and of course, we have Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship taking on Randy Orton. Randy Orton being a part of this, being a part of this mix, kind of stuck in the middle between Kevin Owens and between Cody Rhodes, doesn't really seem like this match is really going to come in fruition. I want to see Cody Rhodes go after, and I'm not saying Randy Orton does not have that kind of star power. Maybe somewhere along the line, maybe he turns heel. Like, who knows? Obviously, we are months and months and months away from WrestleMania 41. So, obviously, reading this article was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Ooh, that'd be cool if that happened. So, obviously, a lot of these things, it's not solidified, it's not concrete, it's not dead set, or it's not predetermined. And then, of course, the main event that they're predicting is the Bloodline Rules match, Roman Reigns taking on The Rock, which could definitely happen. I feel like this could definitely happen. The Rock has told Cody Rhodes that, their story, it's just begun. It's just begun. So, definitely preluding to the deal that WWE Monday Night Raw has made with Netflix because, you have John Cena coming back with his retirement tour. I'm surprised they did not predict any matches that he's going to be in. Also, they're waiting till after WrestleMania 41 to bring these superstars like Cody Rhodes or this whole Bloodline Civil War storyline, which I feel like it will ultimately end up on Netflix. I feel like it has to. I feel like it has to. You kind of have The Rock. You kind of you kind of say not say. You kind of have it under wraps, being like, yeah, dude, we have a hot television series featuring The Rock. But at the end of the day, it's still it's wrestling, and it's not a bad thing. But it's obviously a steal from Netflix. We're like, yeah, we can get a deal where we can bring in a lot of young, edgier content. We can bring in wrestling. We can also bring in The Rock or somebody with the we can bring in John Cena. It's like watching the Fast and Furious and obviously Hobbs and whatever Shaw, whatever. I don't know these guys' names on the television program, but you basically have these two superstars representing a product that could be seen all over the world in terms of Netflix, because Netflix has been definitely known for promoting international kind of entertainment. WWE is popular, in India, in the UK, in Germany, all you name it. They're absolutely popular. They're live over 100 and some countries. So I think that's badass. So WrestleMania 41, Cody Rhodes has said in an interview that he's happy about the main event. Didn't necessarily give what it was going to entail. But just kind of leaving a cliffhanger. Obviously, you can always count on the WWE Undisputed Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, kind of keeping us on our toes. All right, guys. So, hey, that's it for me tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for tuning in to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan. Remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow us on Twitter/X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook for more content and updates. Other than that, if you're not a wrestling fan, if I have not made you a wrestling fan by now, go and check out some of the other podcasts we have here. We got 2 football podcasts. The NFL season is heating up. Catch up on all the breaking news, all the new signings with the GSMC football podcast with Kenneth, the Chip Shot football podcast with my boy Manny. We also have, the college football podcast with Tommy that's heating up on Saturdays. Make sure you guys tune into that. And in terms of sports, if it's college football, the NFL, maybe even the NBA coming back, fantasy sports is prominent. It's very popular. Tune into Chris Shepard's GSMC Fantasy Sports Podcast. Find out your stardoms, your sit-ups, who to pick up on the waiver wire. Just make sure your lineup is a WWE Championship worthy. Also, like I said, the NBA is upon us. Tune into Nelson's GSMC Basketball Podcast. We also have all around sports. Find out everything that's happening in the World Series with Jeremy's Sports by GSMC. We have TJ's GSMC Sports Podcast. Make sure you find out on all the latest news in wrestling. It's like your one-stop shop, our sports center, so to speak, in terms of the GSMC Sports Podcast. Make sure you tune into all these guys' podcasts. They're super passionate. They're amazing. And definitely watch them, learn from them. That's what I do. I feel like they're great entertainers. I give you the Eric Rodriguez guarantee that you will never, ever, ever, ever regret subscribing to the GSMC Sports Network because of all the passionate and all the sports content that we love bringing you guys Monday through Friday. So make sure you guys subscribe to the network. Also like and follow. All right, so that's it for me today. Stay beautiful, but most importantly, love you.